Somewhere right now, a person is standing in front of a machine that just swallowed their card, made a sound like a small mechanical apology, and went dark. No cash, no card, no explanation. Just a black screen and a phone number printed in small font that nobody in the history of broken ATMs has ever felt good about calling. Most people in that moment assume the same thing. Technical glitch. Someone will fix it tomorrow. Move on. And they do move on because what choice is there? But almost nobody stops to ask the question that is actually worth asking. What just happened inside that machine? Who is responsible for fixing it? Who owns the money inside it? And where does that cash actually go when the machine goes offline? Because the answers are stranger than you expect. Start with ownership because this is the part most people get completely wrong. When you walk up to an ATM, you probably assume it belongs to the bank whose logo is on the screen. Sometimes that is true, but a significant portion of the ATMs you encounter every day, the ones in convenience stores, hotel lobbies, airport terminals, bars, and gas stations, are owned by independent operators. Private individuals or small companies who purchase the machine, stocked it with their own cash, and collect a fee every time someone makes a withdrawal. The bank on the screen is often just a processing partner. The machine itself belongs to someone else entirely, which means when it breaks, the question of who fixes it, who insures it, and who is liable for whatever went wrong is not simple at all. It is a contractual web involving the machine owner, the processor, the bank network, and potentially the property owner where the machine sits. And the cash inside? That belongs to whoever loaded it, which may or may not be the same person whose name is on the service contract. Now here is where it starts getting interesting. When an ATM malfunctions, it does not just stop. It fails in specific, categorized ways that technicians have names for. A card reader jam, a cash dispenser error, a communication failure, a receipt printer fault. Each failure mode triggers a different response protocol, and some of them are considerably more complicated than simply sending a technician with a toolkit. The most serious failures involve what the industry calls a cash discrepancy. This is the scenario where the machine's internal records and the actual physical cash inside do not match. Maybe a bill got jammed mid-dispense and the sensor registered it as delivered when it was not. Maybe the machine dispensed correctly but the counter mechanism misfired. Maybe someone received more cash than their account reflects, or less than they requested. These discrepancies do not resolve themselves. Every single one generates a formal investigation. The machine's internal journal, a real-time log of every transaction, every motor movement, every sensor reading just gets pulled and audited. If a customer claims they did not receive their cash, that journal is the first piece of evidence. Security camera footage is the second. And the process of reconciling what the machine says happened against what the customer says happened can take days, sometimes weeks. During that entire window, the customer's money may be in a kind of financial limbo, not returned, not confirmed, just suspended in a dispute queue while two different institutions figure out whose records are correct. The cash that was physically inside the machine when it failed stays locked inside until an authorized technician arrives with specific credentials to open it. These are not regular maintenance workers. ATM servicing is a licensed, bonded, heavily regulated field precisely because the people who service machines have direct access to large amounts of currency. Background checks, dual control protocols, documented chain of custody for every bill. When a machine comes offline and stays offline, the cash inside it is counted, logged, verified against the machine's own records, and either reloaded or removed. If the totals do not match, if even a small amount is unaccounted for, that discrepancy goes up the chain immediately. Cash inside a broken ATM is some of the most carefully tracked currency in the financial system. The irony is that the person standing outside it, cardless and frustrated at midnight, has absolutely no way of knowing any of this is happening on the other side of that metal door. The machine looks abandoned. It is anything but.